Hello, Valley Christian.
It's me, Trent Burton McKeown Albany,
And you're watching VCTV.
And here are your morning announcements. Guys tennis, if you missed the meeting, please stop by Miss Admiral's room this week for important information.
Jeans Day is tomorrow, and today at break and lunch is the last day to buy your wristband.
Seniors, our off-campus lunch is tomorrow. Please turn in your slips if you have not already, and also wear your shirt tomorrow.
If you're interested in the Calvin College visit, your $100 is due to Mrs. Pfeiffer tomorrow.
Broadway Showcase is coming up. Make sure to sign up for opener and closer outside the choir room, and practice starts January 4th.
Juniors, don't forget your service project opportunity coming up on December 12th. You guys are getting service hours to play bingo and Christmas caroling.
Sophomores, your service projects is also coming up on December 18th. Don't forget your supplies that are necessary for this.
Don't forget that the canteen tomorrow is only open for the first 10 minutes of lunch.
Baking Club and Coding Club, you meet today at lunch.
Nature Club, don't forget to drop off your plant in room 40 after school.
Classic Film Club, if you're interested in going to that, it's after school tomorrow and you guys are going to be watching Home Alone.
And the film festival is on January 16th, so if you guys are interested in submitting a film, the entry deadline is January 6th, and you can talk to Mr. Hayashino, Mr. Board, or Mrs. Zodaway about that. And now, check out this special segment on homework.
Homework, every student's favorite thing to do. Also, one of the leading causes of stress today. Studies have shown that the stress levels of students have skyrocketed over the years and will continue to increase in the future. We got a chance to sit down with Mr. Gardner, Mrs. Lee, and Miss Owens to give us a better understanding of both the pros and cons of homework.
What is the purpose of homework, do you think?
Ultimately, I think the purpose of homework is to further what is happening in the class already. I think there's some classes where homework is absolutely necessary. Foreign language is an easy one. You got to study those vocab. Math, that's a repetition thing. But my opinion, I believe that there are some classes that don't need a ton of homework. It's something that can be taken care of bell to bell, and maybe a little bit outside. You always have to study for quizzes and tests, but there's some classes that just don't need a lot of homework.
So in your own opinion, what is the purpose of homework?
The purpose of homework is to practice and to study whatever it is you're doing in class, at home.
It's to practice what we're learning in class and to get stronger at those skills.
So, for your class, what is an ideal amount of homework, like time-wise, each night or per assignment?
It depends on the assignment. If I'm assigning an essay, it's going to take a lot longer, which is why I say never to do it in one night, the night before it's due. But if you're doing something smaller like a paragraph, that really shouldn't take you longer than 20 minutes. I don't even think it should take that long, to be honest. But I know that all students work at different paces. So some students might take 40 minutes to write one paragraph, and another student might be able to crack one out in 5 minutes. So I think it just depends on the student.
Bio, which is mostly a freshman, sophomore level class, there's not a significant amount of homework, probably 10 to 30 minutes, which is nothing. In AP Bio, which is significantly harder class, students should be spending about an hour a night on it, if not more than that.
Well, for my class, that's kind of a relative question, but for my class, I really try and stay away from homework as much as possible, just because I know students are getting hit with a ton of homework in their other classes. I believe that at least my cultural geography class doesn't need a lot of day-to-day homework to accomplish what we want to accomplish, but I am a little sneaky because I do project-based learning, so we may not have like a lot of day-to-day homework, but then I'll hit you with the project that kind of equals out to the same amount of hours. So instead of 1 hour a night for 8 days in a row, I might hit you with an 8-hour project that you got to do over a weekend. So it probably balances out, but it just looks a little different.
So since you were in high school or from the years you've been teaching here, do you think the homework has increased or decreased, or what do you think?
I've only been teaching here for a few years, so I don't know if I could speak to our historical homework load, but I can say I went to public school, so to be perfectly honest, you guys do have more homework than I had. But the reality is I was far less prepared for college than you guys are. When you guys leave, you guys are a lot more ready. So I think part of that is that school was not quite as serious of a thing as it is here.
The amount of homework has dramatically increased across the board. Just in every class, as a teacher, seeing what is going on, and then also as a parent, like seeing the workload at home with like elementary school kids and middle school kids, like it's a mountain.
So because of the homework, do you think you see kids more stressed nowadays?
Yeah, I do. And I only teach juniors and seniors this year, and I feel like your junior and senior year, that's when students really start to stress about college, and they start to think, why am I doing this? Like, is this going to benefit me in college? Is this not going to benefit me in college? And so I think a lot of students do stress about points, and it's so interesting to me because your junior year isn't the only year that matters, right? Like, you guys have to do this freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year, but for some reason I feel like there's like an intensity and this need to get like perfect scores and all of that stuff, which is kind of interesting to me.
Yeah. The stress is definitely up, and that's for different reasons. I mean, again, when I went to school here, there wasn't like this, like the AP world and honors world, like to the degree that it is now. So obviously that's going to naturally have an increased workload, but I see a lot of kids stressing out about homework. It's unfortunate. Students that are just average students that have to put in more time to get an average assignment done, they seem to wear more stress. 4, 5, 6 hours of homework on a nightly basis, it just seems to be a bit much. Now, on the flip side to that, I don't like hearing kids complain about it, because it's like, hey, welcome to the rest of your life of having to work hard for stuff. But the stress, that kind of is something I wish didn't exist.
Make sure you pick up the first edition of Cross Section at break, and there is a deeper insight on our homework. And on behalf of the whole VCTV crew, have a great day.